Are you struggling with consistency on your serve, especially the first serve? Well, chances are you might have a hitch or a disjointed swing path. And this is especially true on the flat serve, the first serve, because as we try to speed things up, the hitch only gets worse. But what you may not know is how you're starting. The serve stance is the one place that you can control everything, and it's what you're doing with your racket and the hands that set everything into motion. Because once everything's moving, it's really hard to stop things from moving, and therefore that hitch just occurs over and over and over again. So one of the things that's really important is that we know that we want to toss at 1 o'clock. We want to keep the arm here, but we also want to corkscrew. So what does that mean, corkscrewing? So if I toss at 1 o'clock, ideally I'm also getting my hips involved so that I get more into this throwing motion, throwing a football, mind you, not a baseball, because we're throwing up. Now, what ends up happening is that because I want to corkscrew, as I toss at 1, I often bring the arm parallel to the baseline, and I don't even know it. But if my arm is parallel to the baseline, that means that I have to have perfect timing to toss it back into the court in order to create a flat serve, and it's really, really difficult. So if you're looking for a flat serve and power, here's how we keep it at 1 o'clock. First, let's get the racket and the ball separated. Keep them apart. We want to create a new groove. Remember, we're not trying to fix a habit, we're trying to create a new habit. So here, what I want to do is focus on separating so that I don't work down together and up together, and that the racket and the tossing arm create a different rhythm. So as I create this separation, I'll start with my palm down, racket down, and from here, I'll focus on just tossing at 1 o'clock. And what you're going to find is immediately, just starting from your serve from here, that you're going to start finding much better rhythm and the ability to focus on the toss. The nice thing is that the racket's already in the correct position and the tossing arm is going exactly where it needs to. Now, I've given this tip a lot, and the follow-up that I get from clients or viewers, on whatever platform is, well, how do I start if I can't? Because they don't feel comfortable serving like this because maybe it looks goofy or there's just not rhythm to it. So they ask, how can I start the motion? So the second thing that you can do to keep the motion in the toss at 1 o'clock is when you're working through it, focus on allowing your hand to come to your thigh and then pulling up. And what I like about this is actually a tip that Scott talks about quite a bit, is if you pretended that you had super sticky duct tape on the back of your hand, as your hand comes down to your thigh, as I'm set up, immediately if I bounce it off, the hand will still track at 1 o'clock, but it'll also pull my leg into the knee bend. And this is a nice way to make sure the toss is staying on track and the body stays in alignment. And third, and probably most important, we want to focus on serving like Andy Roddick. That's right, Andy Roddick. And granted, none of us are going to jump as high as he did. We're not going to have the incredible athleticism that he did. Maybe some of you, but not me. But so what Andy Roddick did was he really abbreviated the motion itself. And he started with the racket on top of the ball. All right, so the strings were down, and what's nice about this is you don't have to worry about the arm finding this movement anymore. It's already there. But as he rocked back and the weight started to initiate forward, everything went up from this abbreviated position, keeping everything at that nice 1 o'clock, or if he wanted to kick, he could go ahead and put it a little bit more to that 3. And to be clear, parallel to the baseline will help your kicker, it'll help your slider. Very difficult to hit a good flat serve with that parallel and baseline. So step 3 would be try the Roddick serve. Start with the ball on top of the strings and work on that motion from here. That nice, consistent 1 o'clock toss. So guys, in summation, really make sure you're paying attention to what you're doing in the starting phases of the serve. Create new habits by separating the ball and the hand. Focus with serving from this abbreviated position. Then try bringing the ball down to the leg and allowing it to raise up as you get into your knee bend. And then finally, try the Roddick serve. Less moving parts equal less things that can happen, less bad things that can happen. Thanks for watching, guys. If you enjoyed today's video, hit that like button, hit subscribe. If you never want to miss a Player Court video, and share this with a friend. Sharing the video actually helps the video an absolute ton, so it means a lot to us. And be sure to check out the comments for a link to check out Player Court absolutely for free. We'll see you next time.